Barry Gibb, born on September 1st, 1946, in Douglas, Isle of Man, grew up in a working-class family with a passion for music. His family moved frequently, first to Manchester, England, and later to Redcliffe, Queensland, Australia. It was in Australia where Barry, along with his brothers Maurice and Robin, began to create the musical magic that would define the Bee Gees. The three brothers shared an almost psychic musical bond, composing songs together from a young age. As the frontman and principal songwriter of the Bee Gees, Barry Gibb became synonymous with innovation in pop music, especially during the 1970s disco era. His powerful falsetto voice became a signature sound of the group, while his songwriting brilliance resulted in some of the most iconic hits, including Staying Alive, How Deep Is Your Love, and Night Fever. The Bee Gees' rise to global stardom. The Bee Gees were not just a pop group, they were a cultural phenomenon. In the late 1970s, they became the driving force behind the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, a record that sold over 40 million copies worldwide. Their blend of disco rhythms, emotive melodies, and impeccable harmonies made them the undisputed kings of the disco era. But it wasn't just about the music for Barry. As the principal architect behind the Bee Gees' sound, he was responsible for the intricate arrangements that made the group's music so distinctive. His unique ability to capture both the joy and sorrow of life in a melody is evident in the Bee Gees' timeless classics like To Love Somebody and How Can You Mend a Broken Heart. Barry's influence reached far beyond his own band, shaping the music of countless other artists throughout the years. The tragedy of loss, coping with the death of his brothers. Despite his immense success, Barry Gibb's life has been marked by profound personal tragedy. He lost his younger brother Andy to a drug overdose in 1988, and his other brothers, Maurice and Robin, passed away in 2003 and 2012, respectively. Barry became the last surviving Gibb brother, and their deaths left a deep emotional scar. The sorrow of outliving his siblings, with whom he had shared a unique and unbreakable musical bond, was something Barry spoke about openly. Despite the heartache, Barry never retreated from the music he loved. He continued to perform and create, honoring his brother's memory by carrying the Bee Gees' legacy forward. His solo album In the Now, released in 2016, showcased a more introspective side of his artistry, reflecting the emotional weight he carries as both a survivor and a storyteller. Barry Gibb's legacy, family and citizenship. Barry Gibb's commitment to family has remained central throughout his life. He and Linda have built a strong family unit, with 5 children and 7 grandchildren. Barry's devotion to his family has been evident throughout his career, and it continues to define his legacy today. He and Linda became naturalized citizens of the United States in 2009, but they also retained their British citizenship, honoring their dual identity. Their family has always come first, even amid the demands of fame and the spotlight. In addition to his family life, Barry has remained deeply connected to his roots. While he spends most of his time in the US, he maintains a strong bond with the UK, frequently visiting and owning property there. A chapter of loss, the fire at Johnny Cash's house. In 2006, Barry and his wife purchased the former home of country music legends Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash in Hendersonville, Tennessee, with the idea of transforming it into a creative retreat for artists. However, tragedy struck in 2007 when the house was destroyed by a fire during renovation efforts. The loss was heartbreaking, as Barry had hoped to create a space where music could continue to thrive. Although the property was eventually rebuilt, the original home's history could never be replaced. In 2014, Barry and his family decided to sell the property, closing that chapter of their lives with grace and appreciation for the memories it held. Despite the loss, Barry's commitment to creativity and music remains steadfast, as evidenced by his continued efforts to create and share music with the world. Barry Gibb reflects on John Lennon, a complicated relationship. One of the most intriguing aspects of Barry Gibb's life has been his relationship with John Lennon, the legendary Beatle. For years, music fans and historians speculated about the nature of the interaction between the Bee Gees and the Beatles. Barry has finally opened up about his thoughts on Lennon, revealing that he admired him long before they ever met. As a teenager, Barry was deeply influenced by the Beatles' revolutionary sound, and Lennon, in particular, represented artistic freedom and social transformation. Barry recalled meeting Lennon at a music industry party in London during the late 1960s. He described Lennon as having a magnetic presence, but what struck him most was Lennon's intellectual sharpness and surprising warmth. Lennon's influence, a mutual respect between two legends. Despite the tension that often surrounded the public personas of the Bee Gees and the Beatles, Barry Gibb always suspected that Lennon respected their evolution and musical innovation. During the height of the Bee Gees' fame in the 1970s, Barry wondered what Lennon thought about their transformation into disco icons. Although Lennon never publicly expressed his admiration for their music, Barry later learned from people close to Lennon that he privately respected their songwriting ability. There were, of course, moments of friction between the two groups. In one radio interview, Lennon made dismissive comments about the Bee Gees, which deeply hurt Barry at the time. However, looking back, Barry understood that Lennon's remarks were often a defense mechanism, a way to shield himself from the pressure of fame. The pain of Lennon's death, a loss, felt by all the most poignant moment Barry shared about his relationship with John Lennon, was his reaction to the news of Lennon's tragic death in 1980. Barry was in a studio in Miami when he heard the news, and he described the moment as feeling like the world had stopped. Lennon's death marked the end of an era, and for Barry, it was not just the loss of a musical peer, but of a cultural icon. The death of John Lennon was a devastating blow to the music world, and Barry admitted that he cried that night, mourning the loss of a man who had given so much to the world. For Barry, Lennon's passing was not just the loss of a voice, but the loss of a revolutionary spirit that had challenged the world to think, feel, and create. Barry Gibb's tribute to Lennon, a rare glimpse into his reverence. In his later years, Barry Gibb has become more open about his feelings and experiences. His tribute to John Lennon is not just a reflection on their complicated relationship, but also a recognition of the profound impact Lennon had on him personally and on the music world. Barry acknowledged that Lennon's brutal honesty and boundary-pushing attitude inspired him to stop trying to please everyone and to focus on making music that mattered to him first. Barry's decision to finally speak candidly about Lennon reflects his deep respect for the man and the legacy he left behind. In telling the truth about John Lennon, Barry Gibb has shared a rare and intimate glimpse into the heart of a man who was deeply influenced by the icons he admired, and who continues to carry their inspiration forward in his own work.